Starbucks and Dunkin' have competed for the longest time as two of the biggest coffee chains in the world, but the reason we choose one over the other has something to do with our taste preferences. Our perception of taste may be the same for everything we eat, but not everyone will have the same preference.
Do you like Dunkin' or Starbucks better, and why?
I like Dunkin' better because I'm not the biggest coffee person, so Dunkin' iced coffee is not as strong as Starbucks. So if I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna want Dunkin' because it's not as strong.
I prefer Dunkin's coffee just because Starbucks is a little too strong for me, and I guess Dunkin' is a little more diluted. So I prefer Dunkin's coffee over Starbucks.
Dunkin' because it's cheaper. Why not? I like their flavors better, and it's all throughout Boston, which is exactly what I need.
I like both because I think they're both good coffee. I think Starbucks is really aesthetically appealing. When I'm home, I don't usually get Starbucks because it's expensive, but here it's on meal plan. So when I'm home, I usually go for Dunkin', but when I'm on campus, I definitely go for Starbucks, especially this time of year because all their holiday drinks are really good.
Personally, I'm a Dunkin' Donuts fan. I'm from New England, and they're just a lot more common around where I'm from, and I like the taste better.
I like Dunkin' better because it's cheaper.
Dunkin' because it's cheaper, and I think it just tastes better. It's not as strong.
I like Dunkin' better because it's cheaper.
I think Starbucks is a little more, Dunkin' is more watered down than Starbucks. Starbucks is just a little too strong for me for iced coffee, but I like their holiday stuff, like peppermint mocha lattes, so that's a must in the winter.
I like Dunkin' because it's just more simple and it tastes better.
Human behaviorist Peter Hughes discovered that some brands can be so powerful they can influence our taste buds. If we believe that Dunkin' is the better option just because it is cheaper, psychologically we are altering our taste buds to choose that brand over another. Are name brand products able to influence our taste preferences? In the Secrets of the Super Brand segment on BBC, they wanted to test if name brand products influence people to decide a product tastes better than a non-name brand product. They put a can of Heinz beans in two different cans, one with the Heinz label and one without. They discovered that only one person said the beans taste the same, and they preferenced the Heinz can over the supermarket brand. These results show us that if you prefer Dunkin' over Starbucks, it could just be because you are a fan of that brand. The brand name could be more appealing than the product you're purchasing. So what causes us to have preference? In not only coffee, but our daily choices. Sure, something could be cheaper and maybe more appealing, but what in our brains influences what we love and why our choices make us feel so good? Our brain has its own reward system with the help of dopamine along with other neurotransmitters known as serotonin and enkephalin. Dopamine is the most common feel-good chemical because it sends pleasure-seeking signals from one neuron to the next. This rapid-fire messaging plays a big role in how you feel and function each day. Caffeine is such a staple in most people's lives, especially the younger working class that needs it to function. It's easy to correlate the excitement we get from taking our first sip of coffee on a Monday morning and the abundance of released dopamine kicking in. The more uncommon chemicals that participate in feeling good include serotonin and enkephalin. Serotonin is more commonly known and plays a major role in many neurotransmitter activators like appetite and cravings, which can directly affect the choice of coffee brands. Enkephalin is a type of endorphin that essentially makes you feel calmer once sending signals to opioid receptors which give you an opioid effect.